Good evening and welcome to Westchester East's Open House Virtual Style. My name is Molly Lepish and I am your child's study skills teacher. This is my second year with Westchester East High School, and prior to that I was a teacher with the Chester County Intermediate Unit. I live here in Westchester and I have three little kids. Their ages are 5, 3, and 9 months, so we're very busy here. But we're making the most of these unprecedented times, and I look forward to working with your child, whether it be virtual or in the school building. I'm going to start this open house by going over the Schoology page, which is what your child will visit every time that they have class with me to access things like the Zoom link, any assignments that we have, and general information about my class. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so here is the Study Skills Virtual Classroom. The Bitmoji classrooms are all the rage this year, and mine is by no means the best one that your child will probably see, but I did my best, and it has some mottos that I like to go off of in my classroom, which most importantly are be kind to one another, give every day a new chance, try your best, respect one another, and be who you are. I also have up top here in my Bitmoji classroom the 8 executive functions that we will be, these skills are what we will be working to refine and work on in study skills class so that your child can be successful in school and in everyday life. As you scroll down my Schoology page, you'll now see my contact information. My email is listed there, and email is probably the best way to get a hold of me currently because I'm checking it all day and I will get back to you within that day. However, if you wanted to call me or talk via phone, the best way to do that is probably to email me your phone number and the best time of day to reach you, and I'm happy to give you a call as soon as I can. School number is listed here, but obviously that doesn't apply until we get back in the building. Another way that we can meet is through Zoom. That has been really successful with some of my students for individual meetings and with parents that have concerns, and I'm happy to set one of those up if you want to do that. Next on my Schoology page is the course syllabus, and I'll take a second to go over that with you. But first, I'd like to show you a few more things on the Schoology page. Below the syllabus is Zoom instructions. This is basically a short tutorial if your child is having a hard time figuring out Zoom, although they all seem to be doing really well with it and have it down pat. The Zoom links are always listed here in the green folder and also on the school calendar. Below that Zoom link folder, you'll see the current work folder with that week's dates on it. This folder is always yellow, and it has what we are currently working on in class. And in that folder, you'll find a folder with the checklist for the week in it, a folder that has our quotes for the day, because I like to do a positive quote to start off each day, or a quote that makes the students think about something that we're working on in class. And then the activities that we'll go through during class period within that week. It also has an accountability sheet, which each student in study skills will fill out each week to review their grades, come up with a plan for anything that where the grade is lower than an 80%, or if they're missing a significant amount of assignments, and we'll come up with a plan for that and make up the work. Okay, back on the main page of my Schoology, there is a past work folder below the current week folder, and that's where I move everything from the prior weeks. So if a student needs to go back and check any work, if we want to go back and review anything, it can all be easily accessed right there. Okay, so in order to go over the syllabus, I have to stop share here and pull that up. Okay, so Study skills class is meant to provide your student with information on these executive functioning skills and how to better access them. And it's also a time to support your child in many of his or her classes. So like I said, that's why we do the accountability sheet. I regularly check the grades, and we will come up with the plans to bring grades up if they're low, or if a student is struggling with some of the content, we'll come up with a plan to work through that. Some of the topics that we'll go over in study skills are listed here below. So I always like to start off by talking about different learning styles and how everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses in the classroom, and how a student can really feed off of their strengths and make those have them shine in the classroom, but also strengthen their weaknesses and work on things that maybe they struggle with. For example, if they struggle with organization, how can we make that easier and more accessible for them? We also talk about mindset in the beginning of the school year. And when I talk about mindset, I talk about having a growth mindset, which means thinking positively, believing in yourself, taking on challenges, and overcoming obstacles. Perseverance is a word that we use a lot, and that is related to not seeing failure as a stopping point, but seeing failure as something to learn from and grow from. So we talked a lot about that at the beginning of the school year. And now we're moving into working on executive functioning skills. Here's some other things that we'll work on. We'll go through advocacy, how to communicate with your teachers and let them know if you need help with anything. That's a big thing that we work on. Time management and organization. This week we're creating a daily routine schedule and going over the importance of having a daily routine. And we're going to do that for the virtual setting of your daily routine, but also for if and when we go back to the classroom, what their routine would look like and how it would change. I also like to break that down into routines that are not just within the school day, but healthy routines outside of school, so that they are having a good balance. Supplies that are needed for study skills class are your laptop, which everybody always has. I ask them to have something to write with and a notebook or paper available. Everybody should have gotten an executive functions workbook, and if not, then we can work on that because we have plenty that are available for the students. And your student planner or assignment book. This is something that we really use when we're in person. Right now, all of the teachers are using Schoology and having it very organized, so it's not something that's as necessary. And I actually see that continuing on when we go back into the classroom. But we come up with some kind of a way for the students to keep track of their assignments, record what's due for the week, and share that back with me so I know what's going on in their classes and I know that they're keeping organized. Okay, some classroom expectations. The main ones are to always try your best, respect others in the classroom. I ask that the students dress appropriately for Zoom calls and try to be seated in a chair as if you were in a school setting. For example, no laying in bed or lounging during class. To try and keep their materials organized and always have your laptop charged. And that is pretty much it for the syllabus. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, if you'd like to set up a time to meet. Hopefully we can meet in person someday, but Zoom will do for now. And I really, really look forward to working with your student and you as a team to make this a successful school year for them. Have a great night.